This is Idiots with Opinions. Idiots may vary. Welcome to Todd and Tuscan with a Vengeance. This is Todd.
With a vengeance. And I'm Tuscan.
And we're here to tell you the most hardcore stories of today's news.
In theaters this fall.
Or this week. We didn't do a very good job
it's still
marketing.
Fall.
And
yeah, no, I think we need to release the teaser like 6 months in advance next time. And really get some hype going. Mm-hmm. You know, where people... That's the thing about teasers is I always see them in theaters and I'm like, I really want to see that movie.
Dude, I love teasers.
And then I forget about it. I forget about it by the time... Oh, I love teasers too. But I'll forget about them when the movie actually comes out. You know?
Yeah.
Unless it's something that's really easy to follow. Because I don't watch traditional TV anymore. You know, and... I've got YouTube Premium, so I don't watch ads on YouTube, which are a lot of times they're movie ads.
That's true.
And I really just don't watch a whole lot of ads anymore. I mean, as an advertising major, I watch quite a few just cherry picking.
Just to study them.
Yeah, just for fun, right?
Yes.
But I don't watch the run-of-the-mill come to Lowe's this weekend for a 70% off sale on drills or whatever it is, you know.
Local ads need to be more creative.
I agree. I think Rhett and Link did a great job with that TV show, Ad Kings or Advertising.
I never saw that,
Kings
but I heard
it
about it, and yeah.
I didn't see it either, but I've seen some of the commercials they did for it. I saw some of the stuff they did on, the Red House furniture store.
Yeah. Or the Colonic.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Something like that.
The taxidermist one, that was a good one. That one made them famous.
Yeah, I think stuff like that, you just get a couple of decently creative guys, but it's interesting how much people just want to play it safe and not be creative about their ads.
Yeah. People want to protect their brand. People want to have a boring brand, a safe brand that's digestible for all, which I understand it, but it's not going to help you in the long run, honestly. You got to take risks to get rewards.
Got to take risks. People got to talk about you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
If you're not doing anything exciting, you're getting no press, and if you're getting no press, you're only getting bad press.
So the bottom line is we should have gotten this movie that we are apparently in advertised months ago. I'm going to blame that on the intern.
For sure. Yeah. He's supposed to run the schedule.
Dude,
I don't know what he's up to.
We need to cut his pay by half.
Did you give him water today?
No.
Oh, that's good. He deserved to be punished.
Anyway, so on with our content. Do you have any idea what we do on this show, Tuscan?
I got an idea or two.
Yeah? What do we do? What do we do on this show?
We just put stuff together. We put them into your ear holes and we let you listen to it. That's about it. We find some weird stuff going on and we bring it to you. We bring it to your table.
That's right. We take weird things from the world today and we bring it to you so that you can experience the weirdness and be uncomfortable like us. So they're just 4 news stories that we have collected. And then you have to listen to them. You have to. There's no escape.
So I wanted to bring this up with you, Todd, because I'm sure you probably heard about it. It's not a story that I've hand-selected for today, but you heard about the whole drama going on with Juul this week, right?
With Juul?
Yeah, Juul, the e-cig company.
Oh, yeah.
So apparently... the FDA is blaming them for underage e-cig use among our American youth. Mm-hmm. And so as a result, they decided to take half of their flavors off of shelves nationwide, right? So they only sell some flavors online now, and the rest are available in store. So... if you want to go to the store, you can get the mint, the menthol, the tobacco, or the Virginia tobacco flavors. But if you want the fruit medley, the creme brulee, the mango, or the cucumber flavors, you have to order those from their website. And they have a whole thing where they verify that you're at least 21 years old. You can't be 18 and buy online because some jurisdictions don't allow you to buy tobacco under 21, which I think Chicago is that way. Yeah?
Yeah, I believe so.
And I think some bigger cities are. I remember I was in St. Louis one time, and I couldn't buy like a cigar or something. I forget what the whole deal was there. But St. Louis had the same thing. I remember Columbia, Missouri, when I lived there, they had the same thing.
Do you think this is effective? Do you think this is a good idea?
No, because
I agree. I think it's stupid.
So number one, people are they're going to order online in bulk, which they do have like a limitation on the number you can get every year. I read up about this. They have a limitation on the number you can get per month. You can only order like X number of pods per month and then X number per year without being denied. And I think you can only order like 2 packs at a time. And
so that you can't like sell it to minors or something?
Right. So it's not like you're buying in bulk and then reselling like out of your house or something like that. And then there was also a thing about you can only buy 2 devices per month and not exceeding like 10 on the year or something like that. So if you want to buy like the actual battery for the thing, online you have to wait a certain amount of time. But I think still the kids are going to go for the mint flavor, or they'll even go for the tobacco flavor.
Well, I thought it was kind of insulting in a way where all these corporate the FDA people were all like,
right.
Oh,
the bureaucrats.
Yeah, them.
Yeah.
They were all saying, well, the reason why these kids are smoking Juuls is because there's these flavors, they have these like cotton candy flavors and unicorn whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's not the, like, even if you take those flavors away, they're still going to smoke those Juuls. Like, e-cigs are, in my opinion, I thought even before I had even heard of those flavors, I witnessed underage kids e-cigging away.
Well, yeah, and when we were in high school, everybody had the mods, right? Like those big, big batteries with a giant tank on top, and you puff it once, and it's this huge cloud of vapor. And those things have like all kinds of flavors, right? You can, name a flavor, and it's on there somewhere.
Yeah.
And that, at least to me, was the underage problem, right? Like Juuls didn't really become a thing until I was in college.
Yeah.
Nobody had anything like that until I was in college. And people still just go to the other stuff, right? Juuls are kind of expensive with the refills and all that. So I really don't think you're going to deter any kids that would already be going for it. Because nicotine's addictive. You're going to go back to it no matter what. And just because they don't have mango anymore doesn't mean you're going to stop buying all the flavors. You'll still get like the mint flavor because it tastes enough like, a sort of candy or something.
So how do we solve this problem, Tuscan? How do we get the children to stop poisoning their lungs with nicotine?
So, well, number one, we don't. Because they've been doing it ever since cigarettes have been a thing.
Yeah.
Kids have been getting into smoking. They've smoked for several years, and then they usually quit by their mid-20s or something like that.
Next, you're going to say that there's kids that are just drinking these alcoholic drinks underage.
Yeah. Yeah, remember when they said you couldn't buy alcoholic drinks till you're 21?
Yeah.
And they were like, this will stop kids from drinking. I was like, no, that'll stop kids from drinking legally, but they're still going to go into their friend's basement and like chug half a bottle of vodka because number one, they're able to buy the bottle or find the bottle or steal the bottle, which is what I see quite often is people underage will just steal
I remember hearing about people that I knew in high school that would go into strangers' garages and getting beer out of their fridges.
Yeah, I remember that.
Which is wild, and I'm pretty sure pretty illegal.
Yeah. Yeah, no, all of this stuff. I mean, if they're going to break the law, they're going to break the law. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's laws like this. It's just like the preventative stuff. It's like you can't put this in your body unless we say it's okay.
Speaking of your body and breaking the law. Oh, sorry. Did you have something else to add?
Well, the other thing I was going to say about nicotine is I was doing a class recently on like the brain and behavior and your psychology and how different drugs affect your brain.
Mm-hmm.
And just this week, my professor was talking about nicotine, and he's like, "Listen, nicotine itself is not actually that bad for you. You know, it might be habit forming, and it might kind of make you act a certain way if you can't have it, but the dependency on it and that chemical itself is not inherently harmful. It's the tar and the smoke and anything you're ingesting into your lungs that is going to damage your lungs and possibly give you cancer. Mm-hmm. Nicotine itself is not really going to hurt you.
Anyway, speaking of your body and not drugs.
More drugs this week?
Kind of drugs. There's not like, it's not a big, I don't think it's drugs. Never mind. No drugs.
No drugs.
No drugs this week.
'Kay.
Sorry everyone who's expecting drugs to be delivered to their ear holes.
You come here and you expect drugs, it seems like.
You expect meth. Like,
Yeah.
we've been talking about meth for so many weeks.
Yeah, we have.
Anyway, so this is a restaurant story. This is a story about a man named Arthur Posey.
Okay.
Okay? So he was at Willie's Chicken Shack Tuesday night.
Sure.
You know, just getting some chicken. And he started telling the people working at the restaurant, the employees, he's like, I am going to put a bomb in here and everybody's going to blow everything up.
Making bomb threats.
He said, y'all about to close right now because I'm about to get a bomb and blow this place up.
Okay.
So these employees were pretty upset. They called the police.
Sure.
The police came, and this guy was like, No. I was talking about my poop.
Oh, jeez.
I was
talking
talking
a bomb
about
threat.
Yeah, because he was like,
Man.
I'm gonna blow up a bathroom.
Oh, jeez.
Except, and you know, that would be a funny story by itself, but it just gets less funny. He apparently never told the employees about the bathroom thing, and the things that he was saying was, I don't know, oddly specific for the bomb thing, and he is scheduled for a mental competency hearing for November 29th.
Oh, nice.
So we don't know. But I really wish that he just got misunderstood and was talking about a bowel movement.
Yeah, me too. I mean, he probably didn't have access to a bomb anyway.
Yeah.
He's probably just a crazy person.
Aren't we all?
Or maybe he's just joking around, you know? I don't know. I wonder if I had been there, like, what the context of it was. Did he get, like, wronged by the restaurant in some way? And then he was talking about doing this?
He's like, no, I don't think that was the case. He
like
just
that's
started
the revenge.
Yeah, he just started coming up and saying, "Yo, better close up. A bomb's about to go off. I'm about to blow this bathroom up.
I did that last night.
Y'all better get out of here."
I did that last night at a bar called Jake's. They kind of have a crappy restroom. Not a crappy restaurant. The place is great, but the restaurant
Not a sponsor, though.
is a little bit. Smells like a lot of urine.
Yeah.
And I was feeling ill, and it was like I'd only had 2 drinks, and I was like, man, I shouldn't be feeling sick already. I've had 2 drinks. I'm not, intoxicated or in any way impaired, but I'm like starting to feel ill, and I'm sweating. I feel like I'm gonna throw up, and I go to the bathroom thinking I'm gonna throw up, and once I got in there, I was like, oh, I just have to take a number 2. And I sat on the toilet for like 20 minutes doing that. I was there with a couple of my friends, and they were like concerned about me sitting out at our booth.
come back next week to hear more updates on Tuscan's bowel movements.
Oh my god, dude, it was intense. It was like a war.
Yeah.
I've never put that much effort into a bowel movement before. Man. Well, I'm gonna. Segues are cool. Let's talk about UFOs, Todd. Because UFOs are. They're one of the most mysterious and also just like blatantly false things, I think, in our universe.
How
right?
do you know, dude?
Pretty sure.
How do you know? You don't know. You don't know
Decent
what's hiding in Area 51. Some smush-headed aliens
Some experimental
that
spacecraft.
that were holding in some cells below ground. You don't know, dude.
So the Irish Aviation Authority is investigating a UFO sighting off the coast of Ireland. And this happened about a week ago, as of recording this.
Mm-hmm.
There was a British Airway pilot going to land at Shannon International Airport, which I'm assuming is in Shannon in Ireland. And they wanted to know if there were any military exercises going on near the airport, because they saw like this streak of super bright lights moving across the sky at like Mach 2, which for you lay people is twice the speed of sound. So he's going about like 1,400 miles an hour or something like that.
It's pretty fast.
It's pretty quick, right? So now the way the government is covering this up is saying it was probably an asteroid, because it was a very bright light moving really fast, and that's usually what people just see shooting stars, and they think it's a UFO.
You don't know, dude.
Hey,
Could be a
you know,
UFO.
I don't know. I just know what the government is saying, and I'm not saying you should trust them. But yeah, so the Irish are actually like looking into this. They're investigating a possible UFO sighting, and apparently they talked to an astronomer, and the astronomer was like, well, it was probably like an asteroid the size of a walnut or an apple, just shooting right across, burning up in our atmosphere. But yeah, the pilot said it was multiple objects following the same sort of trajectory, and they were super bright, and they were moving ridiculously fast, like faster than human aircraft usually travel. Although we do have planes that travel that quick, so who knows?
Is it like illegal to do that without the right authority
So
to travel that fast?
in the United States, it is illegal to hit the break the sound barrier over land.
Because sonic booms.
Yeah, and it's not even because sonic booms will actually like break glass or damage property or anything like that. It's just that people get nervous and weird about it. We'd have faster than sound travel all the time if people weren't like paranoid about it.
Really?
Apparently, once you break the sonic barrier, you have a lot less like resistance. So like as you're getting closer and closer to it, your plane starts shaking ridiculously, and like it feels like you're gonna lose control. But once you actually go past the speed of sound, it smooths way out, and it's like a super smooth travel. Which is
Crazy.
Yeah, it's weird to me. That whole the whole way that works, like the fact that we can have objects that move faster than sound moves, is crazy, right?
Also, okay, let me just say, going back to the UFO thing.
Yeah.
I think if there was going to be a UFO, I don't think it would be this little tiny little spacecraft. I think we would all know.
Yeah.
Because they'd have to get some, I don't know, you'd think that the aliens would come from far reaches of space.
Yeah.
And so it would take them, it would cost them a pretty penny to get over here.
Well,
They'd
that's
probably have a giant, spacecraft just to
Yeah.
get over here safely and soundly.
Yeah, but think about, like, if they were to actually come, right? They might just send, like, an envoy of, like, 3 or 4 crew members, at least initially, right? And so they might have a smaller aircraft, and those people might honestly be in, like, cryogenic sleep or something, just because of how far they'd have to make the journey. So I don't know if they'd actually need that much space. It could be a really small craft, but you're right. I would think, like, if something were to show up where it's like, oh, this is like a whole population looking to resettle here on our planet, then yeah, you'd need a decently sized spacecraft for sure, at least to carry all the food and stuff, right?
Yeah.
If you want to keep those people alive the whole time, and they're not going into some sort of hypersleep, which I don't even know if that's possible. That might just be some sci-fi stuff that I saw in the movie Alien.
I don't understand that, this whole sleep thing.
Yeah, I don't really get it either. It's like, all right, if you fall asleep and you're
Then you
in
don't
water,
age.
you don't
Yeah.
age. Yeah.
But you can breathe in water.
Mm-hmm.
How does
Right.
that work?
I'm not sure. Like, the whole thing, you remember in Interstellar where they had, like, the zipper things?
The zipper things.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I don't understand those. Like, it looks like they're just going to suffocate in the bag.
Yeah.
I mean, the bag must be supplied with oxygen, but, like, where are they getting all that oxygen? You know?
Who
You
knows?
feel me, Todd?
You know, they're gonna wake up Walt Disney one of these days, and he's just
Yeah.
gonna be dead.
Is
He's
he
just gonna
actually
be
frozen?
dead. Who knows? I think it's just a conspiracy.
I don't think he's actually frozen.
I
That
think it's
guy's
just
crazy,
a conspiracy.
man.
Yeah.
That guy's crazy. You know, before his death, he was, like, planning to make, like, a super future city of Epcot.
Like Tomorrowland.
Yeah, it's exactly like that. It was like a circular city where it's like the city center's at the middle of the circle. You good there, Todd?
Yeah. Why?
Your phone's like freaking out.
Oh, I didn't know that. How did you know that?
Because I could hear loud vibrations in my ear.
Weird. How about now?
Yeah, so like it was a circular city, and the shopping center and like business center is at the middle of the city, and like outside that are like apartment complexes, and outside that is like a suburbia, and then there's like a transit system that goes all the way from the outside to the inside of the city, and it comes from like a few different positions. And then, like, underneath the city is where all the cars that come in. It's got, like, a parking lot underneath the city. And then below that, you can have all the cargo trucks and, like, shipping containers come in through there. And below that, they have all the electricity and power grid systems. It's actually, like, a genius setup for a city. I mean, I feel like it would work pretty well. But he was planning on building it where Walt Disney World is today. And he died before they could actually finish it.
Well, I don't know. Circular, that would only work if the world was circular.
That's right,
But
son.
it's not.
No, the world is round.
The world is flat.
No, what? Even
And
flat earthers believe it's round.
This week, hundreds of flat earthers gathered in Denver for an international conference to talk about how the world is lying to us. They had a bunch of people come and listen to people of differing opinions. They had scientists come in and say, "Hey, no, the world's round," and then they also had other people saying, "No, don't listen to these scientists. They're wrong." They said. Despite evidence to the contrary, the Earth doesn't rotate. The sky moves under a dome or a firmament.
Okay.
And I think it's
moves.
Yeah, the sky moves.
Okay.
But we don't.
No, why would we?
Yeah, it makes so much sense.
I don't get it.
And this guy who is running it is saying that he's quoting the Bible because he's saying there are a dozen or so different verses that are not very clear about what the shape of the earth is.
Really?
It's more or less ambiguous. So you really have to get deep into the original languages of the Bible and
Sure.
know to really study whether or not the world is flat or not.
So their argument is the people who wrote the Bible, they had it figured out 2,000 years ago.
Yeah,
That's the argument? Okay.
but
Got it.
then yeah, and it's also about like creation and stuff.
Well,
But
sure.
I don't know. I think most people disagree with this guy.
Right. No,
I'd
yeah,
go out
because
on a limb and say that.
unlike the third or fourth translation, it's saying the exact same thing that it said in like Aramaic or whatever. The Bible
Yeah.
was originally written in Latin. What was the Bible written in? Latin,
Multiple
probably.
languages.
Well, yeah, for sure. I mean, it's written in every language, I think.
No. Like it was like the original texts are from different languages.
I thought it was mostly Latin because Christianity got like most of its start in the Roman Empire.
I think it's Greek and Hebrew.
Greek and Hebrew. Oh, Hebrew would
I
definitely
could
make
be
sense.
wrong. I could
No,
be
yeah.
wrong. I should look into that more. Sorry, everyone. Sorry, all the listeners who are expecting me to know the original
Well, I know-
languages of the Bible.
The reason I say Aramaic, isn't that the language that Jesus reportedly spoke?
Yeah, sounds
Yeah.
right. Who knows? I'm totally an idiot. I don't know any of this.
No. Neither do I. Well, I'll tell you what I do know, and it does have to do with religion, so it's a solid segue, because this is some more Christian insanity going on down in Missouri. Yeah, coming out of the Ozarks, we got a megachurch pastor who kind of looks like Greg Marcus. Yeah,
Dude.
yeah. He's got kind of that look to him. I actually had a town hall meeting with my work yesterday, and they kept referencing Mr. Marcus. And I was like, this is weird. This is
Oh
weird.
my gosh.
Um,
Dude, Greg Marcus is not a sponsor, but I wish he was.
He does support United Way.
Yeah.
And we had a whole fundraiser this week for United Way. And yeah, United Way is a good cause. Go check them out this holiday season if you got a warm heart. And
For all the listeners around the globe, Greg Marcus is he owns a chain of movie theaters in the Midwest. I
and
think it's just
hotels
the
and
Midwest.
resorts.
And hotels and resorts. And so basically he comes on the beginning of the screenings of some movies, and he talks about United Way, which is a good cause.
Yeah.
And then he also just talks about movies.
Yep.
So that's who we're referencing.
Check him out
he's-
at Greg Loves Movies on Twitter.
That's true. That's
Yep.
true. Yeah.
That's his handle.
He's so great.
He is quite the character. What a card. But that's not who I'm talking about.
Who are you talking about?
I'm talking about a man called John Lindell, who's a pastor, and he has 10,500 followers.
Wait, hold up. John Lindell?
John Lindell. Probably not the
Didn't
same
we?
guy.
No, but didn't we have like a scoutmaster when we were in Boy Scouts?
Yeah, we had a Mr. Lindell. Not the same guy.
What was his name?
It wasn't John.
Oh,
I-
it was Mister.
Yeah, his first name was Mr. to me, and that's the only criteria by which I ever actually knew him.
Yeah.
He claims to his 10,500 followers. I just want to talk about that. Do they show up every Sunday, these people?
Probably. It's a mega church in Missouri.
Dang. That's ridiculous, man. How do you have that many pews?
Well, they have different services.
That's fair. He was talking on a special sermon before Halloween about the demonic nature of yoga. Basically, he claims that it was created with demonic intent to open people up to the demonic power of Hinduism. Yeah. So he talked about fortune telling and paganism and the fact that America lives in this post-Christian culture where we've just allowed these things to happen, allowed the evils of yoga to propagate throughout our society. Because yoga, of course, is inherently a form of Eastern mysticism. I'm quoting him here. Inherently a form of Eastern mysticism that Christians should absolutely avoid, but apparently that's no longer the case in America. And if you give yourself up to if you give your mind up to meditation, that is spiritually dangerous for you, Todd. So I just want you to know that Jesus does not want you to do yoga.
Downward dog is going to send you on a downward spiral to hell.
That's right. That's right.
That's weird. I'm pretty sure they have like Christian meditation and stuff.
Yeah, they do. They actually warned even against Christian yoga, like at the YMCA or whatever. And that
It's
even
fun to
that,
stay there.
huh?
It's fun to stay there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. It's Christian yoga is off limits because if it's truly Christian, then it can't be yoga. So yeah, basically you're promised salvation if you stop going to yoga classes immediately. But the same can't be said.
Wait, is that what he said?
Yeah.
You're promised salvation if you stop going to yoga classes?
That's right. But he can't say the same if you keep doing it. If you keep doing it, you might be eternally damned by God, who does not want you to do yoga. And apparently there's like this, they talked to this yoga instructor down in the Ozarks, and she's like, yeah, I've lost 10 customers since he went on that diatribe. So, you know, a related story apparently is there was a guy in Florida who self-identified as an involuntary celibate. He killed like 6 people at a hot yoga studio earlier this month.
Oh, yike. No, I haven't heard that.
Yeah, it's a crazy person. And so now all these yoga studios who, you know, they got basically attacked by this preacher with 10,000 followers. They're like, well, now we kind of fear for our lives. Like, we don't know if somebody's going to come and shoot up our yoga studio because they think we're practicing demonic acts. Because this one guy decided to, like, talk about our business. So there's
really
that
sad
for you, Todd.
because, like, it's supposed to be a very loving, like, I don't know, Christianity is supposed to be very loving and accepting and stuff, but it's not portrayed that way, and people just don't understand. I don't know. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. I am an idiot, but
Well, maybe they just don't love
maybe
people.
we should just love people and
Yeah, that's right.
not shoot them up.
That's the takeaway from this. Maybe we should just love people. You know who else loves everybody, Todd?
Greg Marcus?
I bet he does. I've seen a smile as wide as his, and it's very warm. Very warm, very inviting, very
Who's
personable. But it's not who I'm talking about. This man's name is Carl Westberg.
Ooh, yeah. Okay.
And Carl
What's his
Westberg,
deal?
he loves all his children. He has 60. I don't know how that even happened. I can only imagine there was a number of women.
Are they like medical or metaphorical children, or like are they?
Oh no, those are just his
biological?
genetic children. He has like 106 adopted children as
Okay.
well.
And
he's
but
got a lot
we're
of
all
room.
his children too.
Huh?
I would like to say that I'm also his quote unquote child.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I feel like when I say adopted children, I'm not like legally adopted. It's just like
Just meant
like they are his
You know.
kin and his children.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, he is the sponsor of today's episode. I want to give a quick shout out to Carl Westberg. Thank you for providing us with all we do.
Check him out. He leads a hot yoga class on Wednesdays.
Mm-hmm. And he's armed, so all you people down in Ozark, don't even think about it. Don't even think about
That's
it.
right. That's right. It's hot yoga, not yeah, and it's because they're packing.
Right.
It's-
Yeah, that's what they bring the heat. They bring
They
the
bring
heat.
the heat in different ways than just the temperature.
If you want to check us out on any of our social media, we put some pretty fun stuff on Instagram every week at Idiotic Opinions on Instagram. I don't know how's our Twitter doing. Have we been dry on Twitter? You tweeting a lot?
I've been forcing Q to use those fingers
Okay.
to
Solid.
tweet.
I suck
Q
at Twitter.
the intern.
But if you want to check out what Q's got going on there, check that out at Opinions That Suck.
If you're a loyal fan, could you tweet back at Q and tell him how awful he's doing at his job?
Yeah,
we're real upset with him.
Yeah, we want him to feel the pain.
Yeah.
And if you have anything else you want to say to us, just go ahead and send us an email at studiosvolatile@gmail.com. We will read those emails and report on the stories.
Well, any stories or constructive criticism, as long as it's positive.
That's right.
We only want to listen to things about us being good.
That's right.
That's the only thing we listen to.
Well, Todd. That's all I got for today.
That's all you got? Well, that's crazy because that's all I got.
All right. We'll talk at you some other time.
Talk at you.
Yep.
Talk with you.
No, we don't talk
to me. Or you talk.
I'm talking to the people. I'm talking to the idiots out there.
So you're talking to them, not at them.
Well, I am talking at them. They can't respond. So
you're an idiot.
You've been listening to Idiots with Opinions. Tune in next week